How to make a multilingual website on WordPress. Multilingual website tutorial. Hey guys, Brian with WP Cupid Blog, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a multilingual website on WordPress using a popular website translator plugin called Convey This. Convey This makes setting up a multilingual website simple and easy. The great thing about Convey This is you can translate over 100 languages if you wanted to in a matter of minutes. This plugin is a game changer for creating a multilingual website. The plugin automatically translates your website. The plugin also integrates with any of your SEO plugins, caching plugins for fast loading website speeds. It's optimized for SEO so you can start ranking in the other translated languages properly, which can increase your website traffic and conversions. Convey This has a text editor, but my favorite thing about this is the visual editor. You can edit translations right from the front end of your website. Convey This has a free option along with some paid plans you can choose from. No matter what your budget is, you can start making your multilingual website. I'll start out going over the plugin in the free plan with all the settings and features, and then moving on to even more features with the paid plans. If you want to make a multilingual website and start ranking in other foreign languages to increase your website traffic and conversions, this video is for you. Real quick, before we get started, this is a sponsored video. Convey This did pay me for making this video. They provided me with a pro plan for a year so I could test Convey This out along with its features. I was amazed at how easy and valuable the plugin. I truly believe in this plugin. Let's get started. The first thing we want to do to make a multilingual website on WordPress is to click the link in the description below to be taken to Convey This. You'll see the Start Now button. Click the button. You will now be directed to the Create Your Free Account page. We want to start by entering our full name, email address, a password to use for the Convey This account. You'll see the How Did You Hear About Us? Click the Select an option. You can go ahead and click YouTube from the drop down. Click the circle to agree to the Convey This terms. Click the Register Now button. We will now be directed to a page where a message pops up saying an email has been sent to your email address. Let's go ahead and open up our email, and you should see the Convey This email confirmation. If you don't see the email, you might need to give it just a little bit longer to get to your email. You can also check the spam folder in case it got moved into there. Once you're in the email, click the Activate Your Account button. You'll now see a message saying, "Congratulations, your account has been activated." You'll be redirected to the Convey This dashboard in 5 seconds. Now, we want to create our domain name. This is where you'll enter the domain name you are going to be using for your multilingual website. Underneath the Create Your Domain Name, you'll see Website Technology. Click this, and from the drop-down, you'll want to select WordPress. Click the Next Step button. You'll now be on the Setup page. What we are looking for on this page is the API key. The API key is found in Step 4. Scroll down and you'll see the API key listed. Click the Copy button to copy the API key. Now, we want to head on over to the WordPress dashboard. I'm now in the WordPress dashboard. In the left menu, find the Plugins tab, hover over it, and you'll see Add New. Click the Add New tab. You'll now be on the Plugins page where you can add new WordPress plugins to your site. In the search bar, type Convey This. It'll be the first selection that says Translate WordPress with Convey This Language Translator. Click the Install button. Next, click the Activate button to activate the plugin. Now find Convey This over in the left menu. Click Convey This. You'll see where you can add the API key. Paste the API key we got from the Convey This setup page. Click Save Changes. Alright, now that we have our API key entered in, we now want to choose the main language of the website under the Source Language section. This is going to be the main language that your website is currently in. For this tutorial, I'm going to be choosing English as this is the main language I speak and what the website is in. Underneath the source language, you'll see Translate Languages. This is where you can select the languages you want to translate to. I'm going to choose Spanish from the drop down so that I can translate my site from English to Spanish. With Convey This, you can translate your website into over 100 languages. You'll see the free plan, you can only choose to translate into one other language. You can easily upgrade by clicking the Upgrade Your Plan link. I'll be going over all the paid features a little later in the video. Next, we want to click the Show More Options link. It'll now pull up more options that we can choose from. The first option says redirect visitors to translated pages automatically based on user browser settings. You can click yes or no. What I recommend for this setting is if your site is in English, I recommend you choose the no option. The reason why is a lot of web browsers will be set to English, even though that person might actually speak a different language, for example, Spanish. So this option really won't work quite well from what I found when testing. It's up to you what you want to select. Feel free to test this. Before we get into the rest of the settings, you'll notice the preview showing with a flag in the main language of your site. This is a visual editor so that when you make changes to these settings and see how they work without leaving the settings page. If I click on English, you'll see it'll open up with more things. This is the way it'll show on your website. A lot of these settings we can adjust how things show. Just to show you an example, if I go to the main homepage of the site, you'll see it showing at the bottom of the site. Now let's go through the rest of the settings for Convey This plugin. Next, you'll see the Hide Convey logo. I recommend choosing the Yes option for this unless you want to display the Convey This logo on your website. Click in the preview area, and from the drop down, you'll see the logo showing. If I select to remove the Convey This logo, it'll now show the logo. Up to you if you want to show the logo or not. Next, you'll see Translate Media, adopt images for a specific language. I highly recommend you have this option selected to yes. In regards to SEO and ranking your website internationally, you want this selected to yes. I would not have this ever checked to no. Next, you'll see Translate PDF, adopt PDF files for a specific language. If you have PDF files on your site, or maybe you have a call to action that gets the user's email address in a PDF document, guide, checklist, or anything of that sort, you want to select this to yes so that it can be translated as well. If you don't have PDFs on your site, then have this selected to no. You can always change this to yes in the future if you decide to include PDFs with your website. You'll see allow to change text direction left to right and vice versa. More than likely, this setting you want to be selected to no, as this really only applies to Arabic or Japanese sites. The next section is really important to set up correctly as it involves SEO. And you want your multilingual website to be set up correctly, especially for SEO, so you can rank well internationally in other translated languages. You'll see HRE Flame tags. You want this to be selected so that it adds to all pages. This is very important. The reason why it is important is by having this selected, this will tell Google which languages you are using on a specific page so that Google can serve that page to searchers searching in that particular language. Next, you'll see languages in select box. This will show a select box at the bottom of your pages where users can click and see the different languages that select a different language if they would like to. To show you an example, I'm going to go to the main homepage, and you'll notice the selection box at the bottom. If you click it, you can then change it to the other languages in which the page would then be translated into that language. I'll be going over this more later in the video. I'm going to go back to the settings page in the Convey This plugin. Next, you'll see languages in menu, languages in widget, and languages with a shortcode. I'll be showing you how to do each of these coming up shortly. Next, we are on the style section. You'll see select the display style for flags. You can choose to select a rectangle, square, circle, or without a flag. To see this in action, just select the different ones and you'll see each one in the preview area. Something to keep in mind about the flags is a lot of times people speak and use the internet in a certain language but aren't actually living in the country where the flag is located. For example, someone speaking Spanish lives in the United States and maybe has even lived in the United States their whole life, so showing the flag associated with the Spanish language might not be quite accurate. Just like someone speaking German could be located in a different country other than Germany. So that's just something to keep in mind. The next setting is to display the text name of the language. You can select the full text, short text, or no text. You can select through each one and see how it shows in the preview area to find the one you like. Next is the color, where you can change the background color, border color, and text color of the widget. This is a pretty self-explanatory, so you can change that to the colors of your liking if you'd like to. Next is the corner type. You can choose a circle or rectangle. Next is the position type. You can choose to have it custom. You can input the ID of the element where you want the button to be placed, along with the drop-down menu to be up or down. I'm going to keep this as fixed. I will be going over the custom settings shortly in the video. You can choose to have the location of the language at the top or bottom. Under that, you can choose to have it show on the right or left of the page. For example, if I choose the top and changed it to the left, on the main home page, you'll now see it showing at the top and on the left side of the page. Next, you can change the vertical and horizontal spacing if you'd like. I like how it is, so I'm not going to change any of that. Next is the URL structure. You can choose subdirectory or subdomain. I highly recommend you choose subdirectory. This is a good URL structure for SEO and search engines. By doing this, it'll have each language translation of your site as a subdirectory. Here's an example. Go to the main home page. I'll click to go to the Spanish section of the site. You'll now see in the URL structure the ES showing at the end of the URL. If I were to go to a blog post, for example, you'll see after the domain name, it'll have the ES and then the post name. This is how you want it for SEO purposes. Now let's go back to the settings, convey this plugins page. Next, you can change the flag. You can choose a language and then choose a flag to go with that language. Lastly, on the settings plugins page is block pages. If there's a page you want to block from translations, you can do so here by adding them. Now let's take a look at the plugin in action. I'll go to the main home page of the site, and you'll see it's in English. I'll scroll down to the bottom of the site, and you'll see the English with the flag icon. I'll click this and change it to Spanish. The page is now translated and showing in Spanish. What's awesome is the quality of the translation is really good. You'll see the menus being translated, the buttons are translated. I'll scroll down to the footer area, and that is translated. Everything should be translated. If I click on a link to go to another page, once it's loaded, you'll see it loads that translated language still. Now I want to cover putting convey this in the menus, which will show the flags in language. Of course, if you choose in the settings not to show the flags, then they wouldn't show. So this will show how you want based on the settings you selected. From the WordPress dashboard, hover over Appearance and select Menus. If you scroll down a bit, you'll see Convey This as an option over on the left-hand side. Go ahead and click it. You can now choose which language you want to put in the menu. Since my site is English, I want to go with the translated language of Spanish. So I'll select Spanish, click Add to Menu, I'll click Save Menu, I'll reload the home page. You'll now see the language with the flag showing in the menu. If you click it, it will load the site in Spanish now. Now let's say you wanted the flags to show as a drop-down. Add another translated language and drop it under the first flag. Click on it and move it to the right where it says sub-item. This now means it'll drop down underneath that first language. I'll click Save Changes, load the home page again. You'll now see an arrow letting visitors know if they hover over it, it will do something. I'll hover over it, and the other translation shows as a drop-down. This can also be very beneficial for search engine crawlers to access and crawl different versions of your site in the different languages. Easy for site visitors to switch to another language if they would like or go back easily. If for some reason the color isn't showing good in the text or you want to change anything, go back to the WordPress dashboard. Click on Convey This and scroll down to the color section, and you can change the color as needed to show well or how you want. Now let's say I wanted to show the different translated languages of my site in the footer menu. I'll show you how you can do this. I'm going to change the menu to the footer menu, in which you can do by clicking select a menu to edit and choosing the footer menu. I'm going to go back to the WordPress dashboard. I'm going to hover over appearance. I'm going to click on menus. I'm now going to change the menu to the footer menu, in which you can do by clicking select a menu to edit and choosing the footer menu and hitting select. Now I'll select convey this and choose both languages so you can see all the possibilities. I'll click add to menu. You can drag and drop wherever you want it to go in the menu. I'll click save changes. I'll reload the site and scroll down to the footer. You will now see each version of the site in the footer. Highly recommend putting this in the footer. This can be an easy way for search engines to crawl each version of the site, and it's an easy way for your site visitors to access your site. They can easily select a version that they might want to access if they speak that language. Now I'll show you how to add it to a widget area. Go to the WordPress dashboard, hover over appearance, click the widgets tab. I'll start with doing a sidebar. Let's say you have a blog post or a sidebar anywhere on your site. Over on the left, under available widgets, you'll see convey this. Click it and drag it over to where you need it. I'll put it in the sidebar. I'll just keep it at the bottom. If you want to put a title that would show right above the different languages of your site, you can. I'm going to leave it blank. Now I'm going to go to the home page. I'll click on blog. Click on the blog post, and in the right sidebar, all the way down at the end, you'll see the flag and language showing. If you click it, you can choose a different language based on how many you have added to your site. Now let's say you wanted to add convey this to the footer area of your site. To do this, head back to the widgets page. So go back to the WordPress dashboard, hover over appearance, and click widgets. Click the footer part that you want it to go into. Drag over convey this in the correct order of placement you want it to be. Now reload the home page and go to the footer area, and you'll now see the languages and flags showing. Now we've successfully created an account with convey this, installed and set up convey this, along with seeing it work in action. Now I want to cover the convey this dashboard to take things even further. Once logged into the convey this dashboard, it'll look like this. You'll see the current plan, free 7-day trial. You'll see domains. Click this and it'll show you all the sites you have with convey this. You'll see the translation in the green icon. Click this and you can turn off the translations to your site. Toggle it back on to turn translations back on. Click the settings tab, and this is where you can find your API key along with your source language and target languages. If you click show more options, you can make changes here. This is just like the settings we covered earlier, shown in the settings page in the WordPress Convey This plugin page. At the very bottom of this page, you'll see a code you can copy and paste to use on a specific place on your site. This would really only be necessary if you don't want to use the Convey This WordPress plugin. If you need support from Convey This, just click the support tab and it'll send you to the help center where you can search or find what you were looking for. Scroll down a bit and you can fill out the form, and the Convey This support team will email you with the help you need or the question you have. Now I want to go over the plans and the difference between the free WordPress plugin and the different paid plans Convey This offers. I have an account with the Pro plan from Convey This, so I'll log in real quick. Once in, you'll see the current plan is set to Pro. Let's cover use words. It will show you the use words being translated on your site, along with how many words you have left for the month. This is a good guide so you know which Convey This plan you'll need and which I'll cover shortly. Next to that, you'll see total page views. It will show you the total page views you've gotten and how many page views you have left. Now with the page views, if you were to run out of views for the month, it in no way affects your SEO for your site in any way. It doesn't affect the search engine crawlers, just your visitors. So you need to upgrade plans or wait it out till the next month renewal for your site to show as being translated. You're going to see right here total languages. Right now it is set to 6, but they have different plans that offers more languages based on how many you need. I'll go over this more in detail here shortly. Next we have the grade section. This is really cool because it gives you a grade on your translations of your site. If you click on Improve Quality, it'll now pull up a page where it will list out all your site pages, blog posts, product pages. It will show you the words, the views, and it will give the quality a % grade. You'll see Edit Translations, Text Editor. Click this. It's now going to pull up everything being translated all organized. Over to the right, if you click Custom on a translation, you can then change the translation if you need to. You'll then see the button to the right, Order Pro. If you click this, it'll add an order to your cart. I'll go to the cart. It will now show you how many words to be translated by a professional translator. This is very useful if you don't quite know or don't know the language you are translating to and not sure if every translated word is completely accurate. You can get it professionally translated. The cost of doing this is based on the words. So the more words, the higher the cost. In this section, the site title is even listed so you can translate your site title. Next, I want to go over the visual editor of Convey This. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. I'll click Improve Quality. I'll now click Visual Editor. This will bring you to your website. This feature is really awesome. You can edit the translations if you'd like by the on-page visual editor. If you click the box where it says Finish Editing and drag me, you can move the box to wherever you'd like. I'm now going to edit a translation. If you hover over the area, you'll see a pencil icon will show. Click the pencil icon, a pop-up will show up. On the top, it will show your main site language and what it says. Underneath is a translated language. You can click and change the text to say what you'd like, or if the translation is a little off, you can put in what it needs to be. Click Save Changes to save the changes. I'll scroll down a bit and you'll see anywhere there is a text you can click the pencil icon to make edits to the translations. I'll go to the top in the menu. As you can see, you can even edit the menu. Any text that is being translated, you can edit easily with the Convey This visual editor. Super awesome feature. Once you are done making any changes on the page, click the Finish Editing button and it'll take you back to the Convey This dashboard. Click the Domains tab, click Glossary. This is where you can add new rules. For example, you can choose to not translate certain words or a word, or certain words you can translate into a specific language. This is a really cool and useful feature. I'm going to go ahead and click the back button, click on Excluded Pages. You can now exclude certain pages if you don't want them translated at all. You can choose a specific URL or URLs containing certain words. Really valuable feature. Next, you'll see 3 dots. Click this and you'll see Team. Click this. This is where you can add new account managers for your account or translators' emails in case you want a translator to access your account to make changes. I'm going to hit the back button, click the 3 dots again. You'll see Limits. Click this. You can now limit the words or views for your translated site. After the limit is reached, the translations stop for site visitors, and this in no way will affect the SEO of your multilingual website. Google search crawlers and other search engines are excluded from this. This is really important for the SEO of your multilingual website. Next, let's go back to the Convey This dashboard. Click Words. It will show you your available and used words. You can easily purchase more words for translation here. They have quite a few options to select from. Now I want to go over the Convey This pricing. Click on the Plans tab. It'll now pull up Convey This plans you can choose from. One of the most popular plans is the Pro plan. This plan allows for 6 translated languages, which is really good. This can give you some good outreach in the different languages. The plans below the Pro plan can only translate 3 languages. The Pro plan gives you really all the features that you would need. What I recommend is pulling how many words is on your website and choosing a plan that best suits your needs. If you only need 3 languages and the features that come with the business plan make sense for you, then this would be the right plan for you. The business plan comes with only 1 website to be translated, so if you have multiple sites, you want to choose the Pro plan. The cool thing is you can always upgrade to a greater plan at a later date. So if you decide you need more, you can simply upgrade plans. As far as the pricing, you can change it to yearly or monthly. You'll save money if you purchase a yearly plan. If you choose the monthly option long term, it'll cost you a little bit more money. Now when it comes to Convey This and website speed, we want to help speed up your website when using Convey This. This is really important for ranking in search engines, especially as Google is paying more and more attention to page experience and website speed. We are now going to use a caching plugin to help speed up Convey This on your site. Every WordPress website should utilize caching. It is an easy way to speed up your website. There are free and paid caching plugins. The plugin I use on my blog site is WP Rocket. WP Rocket is a premium plugin that costs a little bit of money, but is hands down the fastest cache plugin. It has been reviewed and tested over and over, and it always comes out winning. I provide the link in the description below if you want to check out WP Rocket. The link is an affiliate link, which means I may get paid a commission if you decide to purchase. What you want to do with a caching plugin is have the Convey This JavaScript be delayed. This will improve your load speed and not make Convey This slow your site down. There's actually two things related to Convey This that we want to delay in regards to the JavaScript. I'm going to walk you through this. You want to go to GT Metrics. This is a website speed tool. I'm going to copy and paste in my website demo URL for this tutorial. I'm going to run the test. This will take just a little bit. When it loads, you want to go to the waterfall section. I'll scroll down and I'm looking for Convey This. Here you can see Convey This and Translator underneath it. These are the two JavaScript files we're going to delay in WP Rocket. You will see both of these are causing a higher load time of the website. You'll see how many milliseconds both are taking. We want this number gone completely. We can do this by simply delaying the JavaScript. You want to copy both URLs. Since I use WP Rocket as my caching plugin, I'll go to the WordPress dashboard of my site. I'll click WP Rocket at the top. I'll click the File Optimization tab. I'll click Delay JavaScript Execution, and I'll scroll down, and where it says Scripts to Delay, I'll put conveythis.js and then transcript.js. You then save changes, and both the URLs will no longer show in GT Metrics or other page speed tools when you run the test again. This will help speed up your site. Alright guys, this is the end of the multilingual website tutorial. You should now have a complete understanding on how to create, set up, and use Convey This to make your multilingual website. If you have any questions or need help with anything, I'm always here to help. Just leave a comment below and I'll comment back. If you haven't already, be sure to click the link in the description to Convey This and check them out. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel for more WordPress website tutorial videos.